Testing, 1, 2, testing, 1, 2. Early morning, you already know what it is. BIGGDOGG, tickets to the scene, the place to be. We're live in effect. Early morning to you, good morning. Whether you're getting up bright and early, wake your ass up. It's time to get busy. We'll have a special day today. Of course, Coach Prime will be live and direct for the media. At least he's scheduled to be. So we'll see how that plays out, because it's going to be a bunch of questions being asked to Coach Prime today, and just so happens some of the biggest news that could have popped off right in the nick of time for this big time press conference to pop off after practice this early morning. So let me know what you guys thinking. What questions would you be asking Coach Prime? What are you thinking about, worried about, and so on? But of course, we've had multiple guys leave. What number is that? 14 now? I think it's up to 14 um, guys who are now entered the transfer portal, with some of the biggest names being at first Jalen Miller Jones, um, Alton McCaskill, and Kamani McLean, amongst others. Colorado transfer portal, of course, the door is going to swing both ways. And right now it's going crazy again under Coach Deion Sanders. Um, so I'll just let you know right now, under Coach Prime, is once again being lit up in the transfer portal with both departures and arrivals. Last year's Colorado roster was a product of a huge influx of transfers after a mass exodus out of Boulder, where it's colder and people be getting busy. You know what I'm saying? All right. But at the end of the day, should I say, Buffalo Wire reports that 2023 starting offensive lineman Savion Washington hit the portal, along with, like I said, 13 others. And the question has been asked, could the Colorado Buffaloes bounce back from this? And I'm here to say, well wishes to all the guys who jumped into the portal for whatever reason they jumped into the portal. I would say it was all everything is going to not be a perfect fit each and every time. So I think most of them, or everybody, jumped into the portal for benefit of themselves, looking out for themselves first, and feeling that whatever decision they make is going to be, for the betterment of themselves at the end of the day. And so that's what we all hope for. So if that's going to be the case, then that means that we can move on and look to other players, right? That's in the transfer portal as of right now. And if you take a look, there are a bunch of players that fit the mold of what I think we need. Not sure if the guys are even considering Colorado, but I think at least they're in the mold without looking at all of the film. At least they're in the mold of what we uh, will probably look for. A couple of guys I would say in the transfer portal, just to highlight a couple of them. There's a big guy named Dominic Williams, a defensive lineman from TCU, 6'2", 320 pounds, from Mission Hills, California. Check him out in the transfer portal. I think a big move would be to bring in some defensive linemen, of course, linebackers, offensive linemen. Um, and this is for depth. Not saying that we're not happy with the ones we have, but this is definitely to have more depth on that offensive and defensive line, tight end, linebacker position. They got a couple of star safeties in this transfer portal that's doesn't have a school yet, that's undecided. Also, a couple of interior offensive linemen. But here's a big move. After losing our big running back, Alton McCaskill, what about Damian Martinez, who's in the transfer portal? The running back, 6 foot running back, 237 pounds, from Louisville, Texas. Big time player from Oregon State, star running back Damian Lewis. He reportedly entered the transfer portal, and of course, it's on here. He will be heavily coveted with a resume built in 2 seasons at Oregon State, rushing for over 2,000 yards and 16 touchdowns. Um, Let me know what y'all think about this guy. We've seen him rush pretty well in the game against Colorado this past season. I think he will be a good fit, but does he want to come in and share the load with guys he's going to have to share the load with, including like Dylan Edwards? Does Dylan Edwards want to be in a position that, share the load? Or does he want to be the guy? We'll see. Do we need to add another cornerback with Kamani McLean leaving? Well, there is a big cornerback in the transfer portal that went to Arizona, Takario Davis. He's 6'4", 195 pounds. So Kamani McLean was listed at 6'2", 6'3", 173 pounds. This guy's a four-star prospect, four-star transfer, came in as a three-star prospect out of Long Beach. What up, cuz? Long Beach, California, Millikan High School, and he has 2 years left, if I'm not mistaken. He can be a definite addition, I think, to come in with that college-ready body already to go at the cornerback position. 6'4", 195 pounds. Look out for him, and a couple other guys. One big, probably be listed as a project. This guy right here, Jason Zandamila. He's a big interior offensive lineman from USC. Um, he played at Clearwater Academy International. He's a former rugby player who spent much of his youth in Mozambique before moving to the United States. So he's relatively new to the game of football, but quickly figuring things out. Of course, he had the talent as USC spotted him and had him in the fold. Will he be someone we target for another interior offensive lineman or offensive tackle that could be out there in the draft? Another highly coveted guy that's has nowhere to go as of right now, or it hasn't decided where to go as of right now. We can look at a few running backs, one out of Georgia, one out of Ohio State. Um, but I like the guys that's in here at different positions. The edge rusher, Jackson Howard from the LSU. Safety, Jacoby Matthews from Texas A&M. 6'1", 205. He's from Louisiana. Big frame, athletic guy that looks more like a linebacker than he does a safety. Could he come in and play that same position that Trevor Woods is playing? He's about that same size. You know, spent most of his last 2 seasons doing a little bit of everything. Can get the job done as a run first quarterback at the high school level, but the future is on the defensive side of the ball. Of course, that's what the scouting report was for him coming out of high school. But he was a all-purpose safety, can really get to the ball, good ball skills while the ball is in the air, getting at the high point. Where should we go next? Look in the comments right now. Let's see. D Hall said, "Hey y'all, almost 7 a.m. here in South Florida, '09 South Florida. Good morning to you, Cavado McMillan, D Hall, King Rich, Big Dub. Sad about Alto leaving. Good morning. I'm really sad about Alto going. I was looking forward to seeing him back. Yep, me too, man. Me too. Really sad about Alto, but like I said, we just wishing him well, hoping he can go somewhere where he wants to go at the end of the day, and let's get it. But just like Ed Houston said, don't underestimate the prime effect. More dogs are on the way. Exactly. I predict, and I'm gonna say it right here. Next week, it's gonna be this ain't uh, this ain't for all the dogs. This one for the big dogs because they're gonna be coming in just like I predicted before. They're gonna be coming in droves this time. Get ready for it, man. This is Big Dog Radio, Buffs Transfer Portal News, Portal Prime. Brought to you by the biggest dog, Chico to the sea, and the place to be. Good morning to you out there, Kenneth Mobley. If you're listening in, and you're driving to work, pump your horn or toot your horn and pump your brakes. If you're working from home, get up, cook you some good old eggs, put some salsa in your eggs. Try salsa in your eggs, see what that feel like. I'm talking about get you a little spice going in your life. You understand me? Good morning, Jay Slack with the super chat. We appreciate all the super chats and the donations as we're going live early in the morning. Damn, Alto got everybody up early. Exactly, man. Get up early in the morning, bro, stinking when I'm on. It's just another sunny day in California. You understand me? But yeah, we're up early in the morning talking about what's going on in this Portal Prime because Prime is going to have a media day today after practice. Get ready for it, as it's going to be a big one. A big one. You understand me? A big practice and a big media day, as Coach Prime is supposedly addressing the media and could have Shador or someone else with him as he comes along. So, much love to all the guys who entered the transfer portal. But we're looking ahead and looking forward. But even though we're anticipating more guys to enter the transfer portal, now we still have to be actively looking for the guys who are in the transfer portal who are looking to come, because I think the door is being knocked down and there's some prospects out there that we should look at. I've named Sicario Davis, the cornerback from Arizona. I don't know his backstory, but the measurables look good for me. And the ratings, of course, I would have to look at the film, get a breakdown on them. Maybe holler at Buffed Prime. What is Buff? Yeah, Buffed Prime to do a breakdown on them. We go to the Miami Edge, uh, Nigel Kelly, and also Tyler Williams out of Georgia. And TCU, like I said, Dominic Williams. So I like Nigel Kelly, the edge rusher, as Coach Prime says, he's looking to add more edge rushers, of course, all the time, each and every time. So look out for this 6'5", 250 edge rusher from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We also have some guys taking visits right now to Colorado. I can tell you right now who is on the way to Colorado if you don't know. Shout out to everybody listening in, wherever you're checking in from. Please put it in the chat so we can give a shout out to your city and state. Let me know where you're from. Look out for linebacker, former Charlotte linebacker, Nikai Hill-Green is set to visit Colorado this weekend. Last year, he totaled 73 tackles, 2 sacks, and 1 forced fumble. If you know about him, put him in the chat. Tag him in the chat. Linebacker Nikai Hill-Green. He's set to visit Colorado this weekend. Last year, he had 73 tackles, 2 sacks, 1 forced fumble. I'm going to read your super chats. All super chats. Make sure they get featured and read. As I look up Hill-Green. 6'2", 232 pounds. St. Francis Academy, Baltimore, Maryland. Nikai Hill-Green from Pittsburgh, PA / Baltimore, Maryland also. All right, that's one guy I would say definitely look out for. And like I said, Nigelique Kelly, the edge rusher. Nigelique Kelly, a big, fluid, athletic big man that can get after the quarterback, young for his grade. Young for his a big guy, and young for his athletic ability, but saying young for his age at this time of the write-up. He totaled 13 tackles as a junior, and then 12 more as a senior, facing top competition every week down in South Florida. Let me see some of these comments real quick. Dang, Buff Nation is serious. It's 6 a.m. for Shiggity. Big Dog, the hardest working man in the game, the biggest. Also might be the only one, the only starter we lost so far. NHG, side to side speed is ridiculous. Yes. Hard to see Mans go. Thought he was making his way. Yep, I thought he was making his way also. Kelly has some shoulder issues. Good morning, my brother. Good morning, Kevin Pryor. Be more Samad. I appreciate that. Pioneer. Oh, now D Hall. What's happening with you? Coach Prime gave us the heads up on how this is going to break down. 10. We're going to transfer another 10 to 15. Are looking the best time to dip out. There's going to be a lot more to come. So just hold your horses. Hold your horses. Hold your horses, man. Hold your horses. So the news is, breaking news from last night. Coach Prime's big man in the backfield, Alton McCaskill, entered the transfer portal. Although, yes, people were talking about Chico. He played you, or he did this. No, I think the man, like Coach Prime said, people change their minds within 24 hours, and I think he, changed his mind within 24 hours. And try to do what's best for him, man, after taking everything in consideration and just say, you know what, I'm just going to transfer at this point. But I'm always for, if I don't have a school yet, I'm not going into the transfer portal. And if the spring game is coming up, why not just go crazy in the spring game, for 1, 2, 3 players, however many you feel comfortable, kind of like Montana Lamonius Craig did last year? That's what I'm talking about. Montana Lamonius Craig came out there and went crazy in the spring game, and that ushered him right into a scholarship at Arizona, balled out of Arizona. Now he's going to get a chance in the league. That's what I'm talking about doing. But, if you leave now, then hopefully you have a plan. Even Coach Prime said it about his daughter. Have a plan before you just jump in the portal. And that's the whole thing. That's great advice. And I don't see why people would take that the wrong way. Good morning if you're listening in. Pump your brakes and toot your horn. If you're listening in right now, hit the comment section. Get in the comment section. Turn the chat up. Let me know where you're checking in from and how you're checking in. Put your cities and states and the countries in the chat right now. Neckbone, what's happening? Eastwood, B More, Kevin Pryor, everybody in the chat, what's up with you? What's shaking? Potato chips or bacon? So, Alton McCaskill has entered the transfer portal, of course. Breaking also, former Pitt starting defensive end Deion Hayes is set to visit Colorado April 21st through the 22nd. He had 45 tackles, a team high 10.5 sacks for loss, 4 sacks, 4 pass breakups, and a forced fumble last season. That's Deion Hayes. Deion Hayes. By the way, Colorado, we already signed, of course, former Pitt Edge Samuel Okunlola, his former teammate. So usually if a former teammate kind of vouch for a player, then you can kind of bet your bottom dollar that the guy is some type of dog and fits the mold of what we're looking for. So shouts out to Big Deion Hayes. We'll see how that visit go. April the 21st. Y'all show him some love. Follow him on Instagram at Deion Hayes 00. Deion Hayes, spelled Deion Dayon Hayes HAYES 00. Also, breaking huge buffs target offensive tackle Andrew Chambly. Andrew Chambly is set to visit Boulder for the spring game on April the 27th. Hopefully these guys are not just coming for the Lil Wayne concert. You know what I'm saying? I'll come visit. Let me just go to the Lil Wayne concert. But nah, hopefully they serious and they come in and do what they're supposed to do. Huge buffs target though. Offensive tackle Andrew Chambly is set to visit Boulder for the spring game. The 6'6", 300-pound Chambly made 8 starts at left tackle as a redshirt freshman for the Razorbacks last season. That's Arkansas Razorbacks. And he was selected to the SEC All-Freshman team, becoming the team's first SEC All-Freshman team offensive lineman since 2020. That's 6'6", 300-pound Andrew Chamberlain set to visit Boulder for the spring game, April the 27th. All right. Shouts out to everybody in the chat once again. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. You already know that Colorado did lose their tight end after 10 practices The former Cincinnati tight end Shimon Maytair has entered the transfer portal. We reported on that. Let me know what y'all think about Big Shimon Maytair. Kyrie Mans has entered the portal after coming over for a season from Maine, the New York native. Shouts out to him from New Rochelle High School. Also, Vito Tisdale, the former Kentucky safety, only played about 3 snaps on the defensive side of the ball this past year. He's out of there. And of course, breaking former 5-star Colorado football DB Kamani McLean entered the transfer portal earlier in the week. Coach Prime is the portal king, of course, and we all know the standard is the standard. So another guy entered the transfer portal, Colorado wide receiver Jacob Page entered the portal. So he didn't see any action last year, but he's in the portal along with Travaris Dawson, offensive lineman David Connor, and offensive lineman Isaiah Jota has entered the transfer portal. Same way with outside linebacker edge D.V. Harris, who came over from Old Dominion. He's out of there. Jaden Miller-Jones reportedly is headed to SMU. Pick up him a bag. Colorado lost their former starting right tackle last year, Savion Washington. He's in the portal also. The big Dallas, he entered the transfer portal, one of the first guys to do so. So we're back to targeting a lot of more of the big fellas on that offensive and defensive line. Let me know what y'all think and leave a like, subscribe, comment right now. If you haven't already, you could join this channel for more info and exclusive premium prime buffs coverage from the biggest, the BIGGDOGG, the DOW, Chico to the C, and the place to be. Let me see what they're saying. Terrell Rubin said, I would have no problem being second string, but you best believe I would be not settle and do whatever it took to get better. Off the top, that's to get better each and every day. Do they only have first string in the NFL? Out to look like an emotional decision. Dang. Just watched the interview, and Prime said he got the making room, the standard. And see, I said in the video, in the live, that I was worried about what Prime said. Cameron Fairchild, I appreciate the super chat once again. Spring game on 427, black versus gold, baby. I appreciate it. Show some love. Get the big dog to the. They said what they say. But for real, I appreciate that, Cameron Fairchild. For real, guys. What I was gonna say. Um, we got to keep. We got to. Let me see. Sounds like the Buffs are going to 45 games this year. They got chemistry. Nah, man. I would say this though. There's some guys in the portal that can replace the guys that we lost. I don't think we lost some guys that we were anticipating playing well, but we didn't lose like production from last season, so to speak. Like, think about it. Like, who was the big production guy that we're losing or that we lost last year that was big production last year, right? Let me see. Jaden Miller-Jones probably had the most production last year. Savion Washington for the most part for what he did in starting. So I still think we have the core of the team, minus the guys that's trying to go to the league. You know what I'm saying? Slusher did well at the first beginning. But I think Alto really wants to be have a chance to reach his full potential, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? I think he could have in his offense, but maybe he don't think so in his offense. Maybe he feels like if he's the more of the focal point, the feature back in the offense, that's more of a run first offense, probably. You know, maybe that, and that's what he can go for. Um, you can't lose what you never had. Eastwood said, "It's not a selfless team yet." Slusher had the key. Stop doing the TCU game. Exactly. We'll be all right. Seems like someone was in his ear. I don't understand. After hopping in the portal. I agree, big dog. Yeah, so let me see what y'all say in the chat one more time. It seems like, according to his father, he wanted to guarantee that he would running back one. All right, so Dre, I could pretty much tell you this from what I know, um, is that, and maybe his father could come over here and speak for that himself, but I do know that I can confirm that that wasn't, and even Alto came and made a statement. Let me read what Alto said, if I can, on his Twitter, right? I could basically paraphrase and say, Alto said that the statements made, from his father, which has now been deleted, were not reflective of himself and his character. He made the decision solely upon himself, and that, Alto's father made that comment based off of Alto's father, off of himself, not off of Alto. And if you look at Alto's Twitter, it reflects that. At the end of the day, he's saying, man, listen, I said I made the decision on my own. I did not look and and seek any counsel from someone. I did not tell nobody that I'm leaving because of this. I never said that to anybody. I just said that I'm entering the transfer portal, when that's just simple as that. And I think Alto was RB1, ironically. I think he was RB1. If you're working with Shador, if you're on the field at the same time as Shador, what are you considered? And that goes for anybody at any position. Appreciate the super chat, Cameron Fairchild. That goes for anybody at any position. If you're on the field with Shador, what does that mean? Well, I'm on the first team. I'm good. I'm good. We're going to be practicing different plays where I'm not going to get the ball, of course, and I'm going to be good. So, I can't say whether it was a smart move on his. I mean, I can't say it's not a smart move on his part. I mean, that's okay. You said that's your opinion. Cool. Cool. That's your opinion. But I'm not going to say it's not a smart move when the man made a decision that he feels like is going to benefit himself. And I think Coach Prime is going to echo that at the meeting today. Dog, listen up. There's a whole bunch of stuff, I know y'all going to address and want to say something about. So go ahead, shoot your shot, dog. I'm here for it. I got time today. Coach Prime, how do you feel about Alton jumping in the portal? Alto did what he felt like would be for him, dog. We like Alto. We like what he brought to the table for us. He was a great young man. Did everything correctly that we asked of him. You can't say too many bad things about a guy who comes in and works hard and do what he's supposed to do. But he wanted to make a decision. Like maybe it wasn't the right fit for him here, and and we're gonna pray for him and hope that he gets with another team and does the best. And we pray for the young man. I'm glad that he's healthy and moving on, and he has a great family around him, and much love to Alton. And I think that's how Coach Prime approach it. Coach Prime, Kamari McLean came here as a 5-star, and now he's going to be leaving you after one season. What do you say about the people that say this was a failed attempt? Listen, guys, I could be real with you in this way. I could be real with you in that way. I could do it like this, but I'm gonna tell you like this right here, man. You guys, saw what you saw, and you saw something. You didn't see some things, that you thought you saw. And at the end of the day, man, we wish well for Kamani. We hope and wish, and I pray that he get with a program that's going to hold him accountable, and he grows up as a young man and does the things that I know he could do well and excel in. And we're going to pray for him and keep him and keep his family in our prayers. And anything we could do for him or any other guys in the transfer portal in the future, we will do. But we're moving on, baby. We're moving on, and we're going to go on and get what we supposed to get, in the transfer portal and in the high school players and recruits. And that's what we do, dog. That's why we here. That's why they call me Porter Prime, baby. That's what we do. At the end, simple. Coach Prime, your tight end position now is seemingly now very low. You have two guys coming over with Savell Smalls and Morgan Pearson, who are former defensive guys, and now they're going to be tight end guys with not that much experience on the offensive side. How are you going to fulfill your tight end? Listen, I told you. Listen, we have tight end coming, big fella from Ohio State. And at the end of the day, we need our tight ends to block, dog. We need them to protect, and we need them to be a big guy on the end in the run game. And that's not going to work. We can bring in a big offensive tackle because that's what they are anyway, right? We can bring in an offensive tackle and block in the run game if that's what we need. And in the pass game, if we need someone to go out and pass, then we just put a daggone wide receiver out there, dog, at the end of the day. Because, if we can't, whatever going to satisfy you guys, nothing going to satisfy you guys but wins. And that's what we're trying to do, put wins on the table, dog. Period. We're trying to put wins on the table. Anybody else? Yeah, Coach Prime. What would you say about, people saying that you're losing all these players and is this not what happened last year? In the same type of way, we're gonna each and every, that's what the portal is made for. Each and every season, we're going to evaluate what we have in the cupboard, dog, and we're going to go and try to find the next best thing. And each and every year, these kids are going to realize what they have in this situation if they come over here to Colorado. They're going to realize every year you're going to see more and more players realize, I need to go to Colorado. I got the right mindset. I want to go pro in life. I want to have good mentorship, relationships, opportunity. I want to be able to be seen, visible, marketable, respectable, all of these things, and grow as a man, dog. So, you're going to see each and every year, we're going to get better and better. I told y'all the first year, you better get me in. You better get me in, dog. I got time today. Who next? Who next? Go ahead. What up, man? Go ahead. What you gotta say, dog? Coach Prime. So now, what would be your main positions you would try to go after in the transfer portal? Would it be offensive line, defensive line, or linebacker, running? All of them, dog. Every position. We're trying to improve at each and every position. We're going to evaluate all the guys uh, throughout each and every practice, and that's what we're doing. A lot of people don't realize. A lot of guys might come in and not realize that you can evaluate it every practice, dog. So whether it's 5 practices, 10 practices, we can tell what we want. We can tell what we can see a dog when we see a dog. It don't take a long time to see a dog. Okay, it don't take a long time to see a dog. So we're looking for dogs, and not puppies, not not baby dogs. We looking for big dogs. And shout out to Big Dog Radio and Big Dog Chico that doing this thing over there on YouTube. All right, y'all check him out. I'm up and about this thing. Peace in the Middle East. All right, I'm out. I'm out. Drop the mic. And that's how the press conference gonna go, dog. You understand me? That's how the press conference is gonna go. You better get me now, dog. You better get me now. All right, that's all I got to say. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. These few players leaving is equivalent to a few drops of water spilling out of a bucket. No big deal at all. Prime just put up a post. If you can see what's coming, you wouldn't stress about what's happening. Exactly, dog. I wake up in the morning and I tell him, man, I bless him every morning. He's scared. If you can see what's coming, you wouldn't stress about what's happening. Lord have mercy. Drop a dime. Ooh. What'd you say? Play the organ right there. Goodness gracious. Can I get a amen? Somebody help me now. Somebody help me now. Stuff gonna get spooky when everybody start leaving. Okay. The primetime bus don't stop just because people exit the bus. Do I mean people? I keep saying this. You ever been outside of a club and you're trying to get in, and there's a whole bunch of people out in the line, and they're like, "We're not letting nobody in until somebody come out." Boom, 2 people come out, not 2 people go in. Or you outside of a restaurant, you got to wait in time. You got to wait. A couple come out, now 2 more people come in. That's the same thing, man. It's just that Coach Prime got a long line outside. They can let people in and evaluate them and let them right out if they need to. You know, anybody that don't want to be there, they let them out. I think he's building a prime factory, a pro factory for professionals and professional players if that's what they want to do. It's an incubator system for football, school, learning, becoming a man, and so on. I think it's the coldest thing in college football right now, and you got to have a certain mindset. And if I'm looking at it as a player, and I'm saying if Travis Hunter is thriving, I'm not looking at him as with no jealousy or anything. I'm looking at him and saying, how can I be like that? How can I do the same thing? And when I'm looking at Shador Sanders, I'm looking at him and saying, how can I do the same thing? How can I be close to him? Not how can I look at him and say why he why he dot 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 why he dot 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 why he no what I'm not looking at nobody like that. I can't try to dim somebody else's light or candle to try to make mine brighter. That don't make no sense. If my teammate is up for a Heisman Trophy or people are hyping him up to be a Heisman Trophy candidate, then I'm trying to get in that spotlight too. I'm trying to make plays too because I know people are gonna be watching. So now I'm trying to make plays at whatever position I'm at. I got a Heisman Trophy candidate. Matter of fact, I got 2 on my team. What? I'm trying to be the third. I'm not going to be mad at them because they're a Heisman candidate. I'm not going to be hateful, spiteful, jealous of them because they're a Heisman candidate. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my name in that too, dog. And what's the best way to do it? Amongst others, where people are going to be watching. What? I got an opportunity. You're going to have to show me that I can't play. What? Shit. Excuse me, but you're going to have to show me I can't play. Good morning. Good morning. My bad. Good morning. How you doing? But you're going to have to show me I can't play, man, before I get up out of there. Or somebody going to have to come and have a bag ready for me. You feel me? I done built up my name with Coach Prime. If I'm coming to your school, UAB, Tulane, wherever, if I'm coming to your school, UCF, then I need a bag, baby. And I'm not putting my name in the portal until, my mama is somewhere collecting the bag, and then I'm putting my name in the portal. Now I'm coming straight to you. The next person get room into leaving, the other players gotta go pack him up, help him get out of there. No, I don't do nothing like that. All those guys leaving wanting to be number one player and have not contributed anything. You have to put in the work. Nothing is just given to you. Lisa Moore, '09. Flick said, Will H, your stats and Alto stats are very similar last year. Will H, your stats? Okay. Amen. Look at Dylan. He wanted to be bigger and stronger. He joined the track team and got bulked up frame. That bumblebee gonna rumble this season, C. Hawkins said. Can't wait to see the real deal, Dylan Edwards. Shout out to Dylan. Y'all show love to Dylan Edwards. Show love to Dylan Edwards. Tabitha Mitchell said, best interview ever. No, it's simple. That eviction sermon by Coach Prime had some of these players shook. You feel me? Good morning, Curtis Duff. Good morning, Will H. Okay, that's Will H up there talking. Yeah, agree, Dre, man. Only that particular one I'm listening. Okay. Let me know where y'all checking in from and how y'all checking in. What time is it? Should be like, 7:30 in the morning, East Coast time, 6:30 Central time, 5:30. Is it 5:30 Mountain time? 5:30 Mountain time. We up and at 'em, baby. They getting ready for practice right now. Getting ready to get out there for practice, or at least walk out the door to get ready for breakfast. To go to breakfast, you know, before they go to breakfast, got to go probably get in the locker room, get right, put the clothes on. At least that's what I would be doing. I'd be early, get my clothes on, give me a good stretch in or something, Go sit down, eat in the calf, eat some good food by Chef Solomon. I'm eating good. I want some grits, eggs, bacon, and toast. I want my turkey bacon. And I don't if I they don't have bacon, I don't need no bacon, you know. But the day is getting ready to go. Dublin, Georgia, we in the building. Oh, now shout out to Floyd Mayweather. Said Floyd Mayweather has number one quote, that is hard work, dedication. Colorado will be fine. The improved offensive line play will reflect on those receivers and the improved defensive play. Guy has 17 touchdowns in college. Maryland in the building. Our coach Maryland in the building. I'm waiting for the number 23 quarterback to jump in the portal. Come on, man. 4:30 a.m. in Los Angeles. Okay, 4:30 a.m. Cameron, I appreciate you, Cam. Early in the morning, looking out for me. 100%, he should absolutely get picked up in the portal quickly for sure. How can Alto stats be garbage when he had 16 touchdowns, 18 total, 930 some yards, and high average per carry? Good morning, Big Dog Chico. May job bless you. Fine day, Terrell Rubin said. Lisa Moore from Kansas City. Oh, nah. I'm up early in the morning, breath stinking in the morning. Another day in California. We gotta go. We gotta go. Hey, y'all check out my interview with the number one quarterback, number one prospect in Hawaii, who just went to who just went to Colorado on a visit. His name is Jaron Kiave Sagapolutele, and he is a quarterback from Ella Beach, Hawaii, at Campbell High School. Big left-handed quarterback, 6'3", 210. Just visited Colorado. Y'all check out the video interview I did with him. It should be one of the last lives I did. What happened with Alto? He entered the transfer portal, uh, trying to do the best for him and with the best decision that he made on him. The comment in the statement put out by his father, he denounced those, said that that did not come from him at all, himself. That came from his father independently of himself, and even his mom independently of her also. So, um, shout out to Ghana. It's 11:30 a.m. in Ghana. Shouts out to Ghana in West Africa. I would say check the end of the year. I'm pretty certain he will be one of the best in college football. So yes, he will get drafted in 2020. I hope so. I hope his plan plays out perfectly. Perfectly. Uh, Alto gets to a school. I don't know. Go back to Houston. Go to another school. What school is out there he could go to that y'all know of? And then he go there and just I'm talking about how I'm gonna be covering it. Y'all gonna see it. I ain't going nowhere with Alto. I'm gonna make sure I cover Alto and see where he goes and what he does. 7:30 a.m. in Louisville, Kentucky. Oh, now and see you can commit Dalen Hayden. All right. Let me see. Alton was pillow talk. What? His parents good. Nah. Just my opinion. I think Wasim, Travis J, and Cooper 3 will leave after the spring game. Wow. Dre said that. I'm reading comments. Dre said that. I'll highlight that so y'all can see it. Why would Alto leave? Patricia Campbell said. I'm sad too. What does his coach height got to do with him? Right. Hassan Wasim. I can see that. I like Hassan Wasim, man. He gonna still develop, but who knows? Who knows? But it's Portal Prime time. It's Portal Prime time. You hear me though? Do you hear me? All right, let me see some more comments. Y'all hit me in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. Hit me in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. If you haven't hit the like button yet, you tripping. What you doing? You driving? I know you got a red light. Hit the like button. I feel like one of those what you call it? Those DeVry commercials or something. I don't know. But a few guys who's visiting Colorado, if you haven't heard, Nikhai Hill Green is set to visit Colorado. He's a linebacker from Charlotte. Also, the big offensive tackle, Andrew Chamberlain, offensive tackle from Arkansas. He's set to visit Colorado April the 27th for the spring game. Uh, Current Colorado Buff Samuel Okunlola, his former teammate, defensive end Deion Hayes from Pittsburgh, is set to visit Colorado on April the 27th. Look out for him. Go show him some love on Instagram and follow the young coach, Coach Corey Phillips, on Instagram. Stay up with him. He is the director of recruiting for Colorado Buffaloes. Also, Devin Rispers, assistant director of recruiting for high school in the Colorado Buffaloes football department. All right, we're gonna be up and about this thing. I mean, rewind selector. Got to give a shout out before I go. Got to give a couple shout outs. Two. All right, here we go. Say, let them cook. Patricia Campbell, Bad Juju. Chico, what is our biggest need to you? What is the biggest need to you? Um, Biggest need would be offensive line depth, especially with losing four offensive linemen, three offensive linemen. Offensive line depth. You lost Seville, you lost Savion Washington, you lost Isaiah Jolly, you lost David Connor. Just to name those three off the top of my head, and maybe a couple more to go. I think we need to add more quality offensive linemen, and then after that, more quality defensive linemen, and after that, more quality linebackers. Then we could probably say tight end, or I think we'll be straight with tight end when the big tight end from Ohio State come. That's one. You got Savelle Smalls, two. Morgan Pearson, three. Louis Passarello, four. And then I can move an offensive tackle to offensive to tight end at some point also. So that's five. I think could possibly add one more um, and go from there. What is it? 10:30 in Tokyo, Japan, or 8:30? 8:30 in Tokyo, Japan. Yes, sir. BDub 97. Mr. DW 09. Lisa Moore. Uh, Linebackers, Flick said. Miss Mail, Coach Prime always upgrades through the portal. Should be interesting. Yes. All right. Y'all stay tuned. I'm going live again later on today. So y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, all the other good stuff. The biggest Chico to the sea and the place to be. I'm up and about this thing. Peace in the middle. Yeah. It's time to run them lights up. Run them.